Welcome everybody to another Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. I am Wilson, joined by
Toast.
And in this episode we're reviewing, it's part 2 of our Sam and Max review. We're reviewing Max from Boss Fight Studios. If you haven't checked out the Sam review, look on up here and we'll link to that and maybe in the show description as well. But before we get started, hey, if I wanted to listen to the Shock Therapy Toys podcast, Toast, where would I do that?
Everywhere you find good podcasts.
That's right.
Spotify, iTunes, Google Play.
Yes, so please go on and check us out. Give us a subscription, and it's all good stuff. We talk about fun topics, and even Todd McFarlane.
Sometimes.
All right, so getting into it, let's look at Max. So he's got a great expression. I can't remember. I'm not sure.
If this is
I don't know that that's
head.
the default head or not. The other head is similar to that. But it's done real well. Again, it looks just like the cartoon and comic and anything else that you've ever seen them before. Sculpt is done excellent. There's not much to him, honestly, because he is just a naked white rabbit, crazy rabbit guy.
True, but it looks really good.
It does. The pinks and everything. There's no bleed out or anything like that.
I mean, we haven't gotten to this point yet, but I really like the bottom of his feet.
Oh, I just realized that. Now let's just go ahead, talk about it. Let me do
Both the sculpt, the little pads, and the paint.
Yeah.
Like, there's more paint on his feet than the rest of his body.
Right. And he's also got a Steve Purcell on both feet. Copyright Steve Purcell, I think. Yep. Yeah.
So you know where it comes from.
Taken after Batman. He knows what's up. So yeah, it's done really well and looks just like it. He could maybe be a tad whiter, possibly. I mean, he's a rabbit.
Whiter or
whiter?
Whiter.
So he's kind of a beige. I don't know if beige is the word. Like an eggshell.
Slightly gray.
Yeah. But then I guess his teeth wouldn't stand out as much either.
True.
So,
I do like the teeth.
Yeah. Teeth is perfect. Let's play with this toy. All right, so his head gets a great range of movement. If you remember Sam's, if you watched that review, Sam's was a little limited. This guy's is not. It's on a nice ball joint that allows swivel, turns, up, down, everything. His
ears move?
No, they come out.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about that in accessories. He doesn't have a waist, but his arms do a full 360 in and out. Single jointed elbows. And again, swivel wrist, but no in and out on the wrists with him. His thighs, he doesn't get a great A stance out of his legs and thighs, but he has a swivel at the knee. He has a single knee bend, and again, he's got the pointy knees, just like Sam does. And then on the feet, his feet are not articulated. Correct. So that's a little bit of a disappointment because Sam's were heavily articulated.
I haven't had any trouble getting this guy to stand, though.
No, he does. I think he's posable enough where you can get away with it. You can get by without it. He poses real well.
It's fun to play with, too.
Definitely, yeah. He comes with, I believe, even more things than Sam did. Sam was a bigger figure. This guy's a smaller figure, so he comes with more stuff. Starting off, he's holding his tiny little pistol. Pew, 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 pew.
I did have an easier time getting this gun into his hand than
Sam.
Yes.
Interesting. But it looks good. Again, it's painted well and sculpted even better.
Yeah, there's the same type of grip detail.
Yep.
It's really well done.
Moving on, he's got 2 extra heads. They look like eggs right now because he doesn't have his ears in. But he's got a plain...
This is where the ears plug in?
Yeah, and actually the ears are labeled left and right, so you know which one goes where.
Oh, good.
He's got a simple kind of no mouth, and then he's got a smiling open mouth.
I like the painted tongue.
Then he also comes with the rat that lives in their apartment. I can't remember what his name is, but if you read the comics, you know that there was a big rat thing that went on in one of the stories. And this thing's not articulated in any way. It's just a kind of mini statue thing. Nice display piece.
Still well done.
And then fans of Sam and Max will also remember the telephone. They would always fight over who got to answer the telephone, like beat the hell out of each other on their way to it to capture it. And yeah, it again, nicely well done. It's a rotary phone. Looks just like it did in the comics.
Doesn't spin.
It doesn't spin, but you know what? I'll give it a pass.
Yeah.
And then, like any good destructive bunny thing, a hammer. He comes with a hammer, and he can hold that, I believe, in his gun hands as well. And it looks great. It looks like a nice cartoon hammer. It looks like Steve Purcell drew it. And I like the wood grain and everything.
I love the wood grain.
Yeah, very nice. And then as for hands, we have a pointing hand, a peace hand, holding up 2 fingers, 2 trigger finger hands, 2 open splayed hands, and 2 fists.
Raul, once again. Beachhead, once again. G.I. Joe Classified. And Sam and Max together. We did look it up. They are 6-inch scale.
Right.
Like I said in the previous video, I like this one a lot. And we previously established that there are $40 each, correct?
Correct.
I am okay with that price. It's not like these two are the start of an entire line. I'm assuming these are one-offs. So you get the pair and you're done.
That's a good question. There are other characters in the books and stuff that they could make. Whether they will, it might just depend on how successful these are.
Okay. But you could...
You could potentially, just get these guys and be done with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think they're perfect. For $80, you get the both of them. They are great. There's a good number of accessories. And they're really fun to play with. I'm saying again, 4.5.
Very cool. I'm going to echo you for Max and say that 4.5 is where he deserves to be. The lack of feet articulation and, again, the in and out on the wrist is my only real complaint with him. His joints are a little, I wouldn't say fragile, but they're also a little nerve-wracking just because the pieces are so small.
That shoulder in particular.
So a little worrisome there. I'm not really too worried about it breaking. I know what's up. I know how to move it. It'll be fine. Since he is the same price but a smaller figure, I'm glad they went all out with the accessories and gave you more, and it all fits. It all looks like it blends well together. You know, this phone, Sam can use that phone. You can have a display where Sam's using it and then kicking Max back, so he can't answer it. It's all fun stuff. They're fun to pose. They're fun to move around. And again, worth getting. Probably should have been a 2-pack, but you know what? If you only like one of them, then now you can only get one. So I guess that's good for you.
I suppose.
But that's been it. Highly recommended. Thanks for watching. Any and all amounts that you did. All the social media stuff is in the show description and at the bottom of the screen. Like, subscribe, comment, please. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos that go up. And until next time.
Buy fun toys.